So in today's video, I thought I would talk about the importance of keeping a diary. Let's get into it. So to set up the story here, or why I feel that this is important, I'm going to tell you a quick little story. And this is in no way for me to potentially come across arrogant, so please don't take it that way. It is officially July, okay? And now this video won't be out probably till later than that, but I'm making this video in July and I've already done 102 gigs for the year. Last year, I did 204. This is not to brag. This is hard work that I'm doing. It's physical and it requires a lot of moving parts to make happen. Some of these gigs are flying dates. Some of them are one-offs. Some of them are weddings or corporates. Some of them are sessions in studios. And then some of them are club residencies. And altogether, they help make my salary as a musician. I'm sure I'm not alone in this. The reason why it's important to know the logistical side of keeping a calendar or a diary as a musician is because if you don't, you can't actively know several things. Number one is roughly what you're earning for that particular month. Number two is whether or not you're able to take on more work. And number three is how much work you can fit in around the work you are taking. So in addition to those gigs, I have produced 5 artists this year. Some of those have just been singles, but some have been albums as well. I've also scored a movie. Now, if I didn't know how to plan my diary, I wouldn't be able to do any of that. And so I think the importance of keeping a diary is humongous. Now, I know some musicians who completely shoot themselves in the foot in this regard, in that they will confirm gigs. I hear them on the phone. Yep, I'll do that gig. Friday night, no problem, I'll be there. Knowing full well that Friday night they're playing with me. Or I've seen some guys even trade out gigs. They'll confirm a gig with an artist and then go do a different gig because their friends are on that gig or they think it's a better gig. This is bad business. And if word spreads that you're willing to do that, the phone will stop ringing, or if you're not a person who picks up the phone, the texts will stop coming. I've seen it happen. I don't want it to happen to you. So just keep a diary. And you can do this several different ways. You can go old school like me. You can write things down. I have 2. One that I keep at home to help plan my actual life away from work. And one that I keep in my stick bag or my guitar case if I'm at a gig. That way if someone phones me and I don't have access to the big one, I've got it duplicated in the small one. Likewise, you can keep this digitally in your phone. My wife is always insistent that I do that, and she kind of does keep up to date with that. I am a little bit guilty of not doing that purely because I am a bit clumsy and have been known to lose and break phones. So, I opt for the old school version. 1 or 2 of many ways of doing it. But you should do it because there's nothing worse than not knowing if you can do a gig if someone calls, especially if there's a sense of urgency and they just want to get the spot filled and you're like, hey, let me look when I get home. Well, you waiting till you get home to see if you're available for a gig might mean you lose that gig. And to just tell you a story with the trading gigs out situation, I get it. Better gigs do come along, and unfortunately, depending on the integrity that you hold within yourself will determine whether or not you sacrifice relationships to do those gigs. I personally don't do it. I think that's why I get calls from people who have used me in the past. Now, there have been situations that have completely sucked. A few years ago, I had a New Year's Eve gig booked. The money was pretty decent, and I confirmed the gig. And then about 3 days later, I was asked if I want to go play in India for a huge New Year's Eve bash, and the money was like triple the money. And I really fought with myself as to whether I do that. Do I cancel the one I've already confirmed and go do that? Of course, I decided not to do that, and I honored the one that I had confirmed. I would have loved to have gone to India. It sounded like it was going to be a huge party, and I love that culture, so I would have loved to have experienced it. But for me, again, it wasn't worth burning that potential bridge, and thank God I didn't, because that particular person has continued to give me work. And on that note, another reason why it's important to keep a diary, and again, please don't take this in an egotistical way, but I can fast forward here all the way through to December, and I'm very fortunate to say that I do have gigs and studio production work till December of this year. But I can even go further and look that I have gigs all the way till October of 2026. I know that that is a very fortunate position to be in. I know that some musicians don't find themselves in that position. We will talk about how to get more work over the next few months. But for now, I just want you to try and employ a new habit into your daily routine as a musician if you're not already doing it. And that is to keep a diary. You don't even have to keep it just for gigs. You can mark your practice down. You can even mark down what you practice. And at the end of each week, evaluate what you're doing in your practice. And the thing that it does for you mentally is massive, because you actually see progress. So diaries are wickedly important. I wrote a blog about this on the website a couple of years back. I just thought I would make a quick video to reiterate it. I hope you're getting something from these videos. If you are, please hit that subscribe button. And if you have done different things with your diary, or have never kept a diary but don't miss your gigs, I would love to hear about it. Write a comment in the comment section, and let's continue to grow this community together. My name is Travis Mark, and I will see you on the next one.